You know, lately I've been reevaluating some things about myself. Ever since I watched the Demon Slayer movie, I actually had to genuinely question myself on something that I thought I knew for a while now. If you didn't know, I tend to be very vocal about my dislike of Demon Slayer. I usually say something like, I don't like the story, but I love the characters, I like the concept, I like everything else but the story. But after watching the Demon Slayer movie and crying over Akaza's backstory, I had to ask myself, what do I not really like about Demon Slayer? And after asking myself that question, I was a little shocked when I only came up with answers that pretty much can be dumbed down to not enough. Literally, not enough. A certain character could have been expanded on more, or a concept could have been expanded on more, or I wanted more of this. And the third, I was being a greedy nigga and I want more and more. So today I want to talk about my slow burn love for Demon Slayer. So let's just get into it. I think what really got me was the fact that Demon Slayer's story is extremely simple. Now, when I initially came across Demon Slayer, it wasn't because of the episode 19 shit with Ninja or whatever. It was actually because of a rap cipher. Yes, the Shonen Jump rap cipher from, I think it was Rustage. I knew every other shonen person but Tanjiro at the time, so I watched the series and my first thought was it was pretty okay. Then I watched the Mugen Train movie, cried, and thought it was still okay. But then I read the manga and I just didn't like it as much anymore, which led me to believe that I didn't like the story. But the thing is that every bad thing you can think about the story can pretty much be summed up to, I feel like, if we added a little bit more, I would have liked it a little bit more. Now, I do see the issue with this. Sometimes when you add a bit too much seasoning, it doesn't taste as good as if you just left it as it was. I'm not suggesting that Demon Slayer needs to do these things. I mean, the base level stuff is pretty okay, which is, I think, I'm gonna say the word mid, but I don't mean it in the way the internet means it. I mean it on its traditional meaning, middle. I think Demon Slayer is a pretty okay anime and story. I just wish we had more of Demon Slayer. Perfect example of this would be a character like Zenitsu. I feel like if we had more Zenitsu, his transition would have been more, how would I say this, smoother to me. Him going from a coward that can barely fight when awake to locking the fuck in. I mean, I get it, grief does a lot, but I feel like we should have eased into that, shouldn't we? I mean, the Entertainment District arc easily could have solved this by making him be awake for most of the fight until like the last bit, or maybe asleep for it, but awake in the last bit, not after the battle's over, or before it even begins. Another character I feel like perfectly represents this is Rengoku. I feel like if we had a bit more Rengoku, then I feel more justified in how Tanjiro, every single time somebody almost dies, just thinks back to him. Just more quality of life stuff that I feel like we should have gotten more of, like more Muzan, more character interactions, better explanation for things. Because I've noticed a lot of people tend to misunderstand things, like for example, breathing styles not being actually visible. It's kind of like hockey. It's more of how the audience needs to interpret it to understand the difference between styles, but nobody necessarily understands that anymore, or at least everybody collectively ignores the fact that the effects aren't real, or the confusion on how Nezuko survived the sun. I mean, it is explained in the series, but a lot of people still are confused in how she does survive, and that led to a lot of people thinking that the writing was wrong or bad because Nezuko survived the whole Swordsman Village arc. That was just me yapping into the mic about a show that I guess I can say I love. I don't know, man. The switch up is crazy. Basic bare bones rating of the show, it's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10, honestly. It's nothing crazy, but it's nothing too good. It's just simple. And I think that's a good thing, honestly. I think it's good that it's really simple.
Now I'm shaking, drinking all this coffee. These last few weeks have been exhausting. I'm lost in my imagination, and there's one thing that I need from you.